Ophelie, a lot is known about La Balle des Debutants, but very little is known about you. For our viewers, please tell us a little bit about your personal journey.
Well, I think Le Bal is more important than me. But I was born and raised in the Far East with French parents. And I moved to Paris, I was 10, and I went to boarding school. And so I don't have a very good memory of school. And then from the age of 16, I had an American godmother. And I went to San Francisco every summer. And that's how I learned English. And that was a big step in my life because, it was the US, I was free. And that's how I have a bond with the US, because of her, thanks to her.
So tell us, what are some of the challenges of pulling off such a beautifully staged event?
Well, it's like everything. It's like your job or any job. What is challenging is to keep the quality. And also, I think that when you create an event from start, it's one thing, and another thing is to make it last. That's very difficult.
Right.
And the third thing is to organize things for after you're no longer in command. I think there's 3 elements in a company. So right now we're at stage number 2, and I think we do pretty well because because we stay humble.
No, I was saying that much thought and preparation would be going into this event, right?
Yes, a lot of preparation. It's about 1 year of preparation, because we have to find the fundings, we have to do the casting, which is very, very important, and then everything is planned. Someone of my friends always said, 3/4 is preparation and 1/4 is perspiration. So the 3/4 are the most important. And when the weekend arrives, everything is done. I'm very relaxed at the time of the ball because everything is, you just have to let it go. There's always little dramas, but everything basically is done.
And having been to this event myself, I can share with our viewers this lovely photo. I'm going to try and show it on my iPad.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Because the Shangri-La is very beautiful.
So this is actually the ballroom before the guests come and sit at the tables, and everything right from the flower arrangements to the table decor to the chandeliers is just done to absolute perfection.
Yes, I think we're very lucky because we have a very good team. I mean, I have a good team at the office, and then we work with the Shangri-La, which is excellent. They do an excellent job. And we have wonderful makeup artists, and we have the hair, and we have the photographers play a large part, the journalists. Everyone has a job, And also, one good thing is that we've had the same people for many years. Like some of the photographers have been coming for over 20 years. And it makes something comfortable, because we know each other, and we can do better if we know each other, and we meet once a year, and but it's a very comfortable atmosphere, I think, very relaxed.
What are some of the most rewarding parts of holding an event like La Balle?
Well, I think that in every job, and I think in your job too, I think the most rewarding is the relationship with the people. I think that's the most rewarding. And exactly like you, we give pleasure and joy to people, and it's always very rewarding,
Do tell us, do you have Debs from India as well that come to your ball,
Yes,
right?
of course. We had the first Deb from India in 2001,
Mm-hmm.
and we've had very important Debs from India, very. And now that we know you, we hope that we have a lot of Debs thanks to you, because
I'm sure.
you can be our ambassador.
Thank you. I'm honored. I'm absolutely honored and delighted to have that privilege. I'm your ambassador in India for life, for as long as you want me to be your ambassador.
Yes, I would like that. Yeah.
Great. Speaking of Indian Debs, I saw you did some posts on Instagram recently about Indian Debs and the history of Labal and Indian Debs. So has this been, have Indian Debs come for a long time, or is it something quite recent?
No, it's not recent. The first one was 2001, and then some years we had two and some we didn't. You know, it's not always the same because it depends. They have to be the right age. They have to be able to come to Paris. You know, so it's not like one a year. Sometimes it's two, sometimes it's zero. Depends. But we had some very important ones. Even recently we had look.
So one photo I found on your Instagram was this beautiful fairy tale moment.
Yeah, it's nice. They were very nice. Yeah.
Was this recently? This must have been in 2011, 12, something like that?
This was in 2012. And the Ambanis were extremely nice, very relaxed. And I think she was happy. And they did this photo with the program of the ball, which I think is very nice of them.
Yes.
And they were a very nice family.
They are indeed. And one of the things that obviously, I looked at that photo, and I have to admit, one of the things that really drew me to the photo was, the big smiles. And of course, Isha's mother's jewelry as well, because, as a jeweler, that's what I look at. But there were some beautiful fairy tale moments.
She had amazing jewelry, and she was very relaxed, and people were kind of, they liked her. And because at the end of the party, she went out of the Crillon and she was waiting for her taxi cab, and she had all these diamonds everywhere. And she was waiting for a taxi. And everybody was surprised. They didn't have any bodyguard or anything.
For our viewers who do not necessarily get to be at the event physically, can you tell us what goes on? What's the day of the event like? What's the days leading up to the event? We work 1 year on the event because we have to. The most important is to find the dress. So that's difficult because they have to come to Paris. If they can't, we try to choose designers in the country. Like in India, we work with Manish Malhotra, and we work with Luca and Aimant. They are the two people I know. But we try to have them come to Paris for fittings. So that's one thing. Then once the dress is chosen, which is not easy, because it's difficult to find the right style and everything. And then we choose the jewelry, and also we choose the cavalier with them. They have first choice on the cavalier, but if they don't know anyone, we find one for them. And then the week of the ball comes. Some Americans are the ones who study in America. They are on holiday, so sometimes they come for a week. Some come for 3 days in France, and it's mainly non-stop pictures and videos, and that's what they like to do. So it starts with makeup and the hair and the jewelry and the dress and photos. And it's very tiring, but they love it. And then on Friday night, we rehearse the waltz because none of them knows how to dance. So we have the first. We have one evening of rehearsals, and we have a teacher, which is always the same. And then after that is the ball, which is Saturday.
And the ball starts with their presentation. So you see on my Instagram the girls being presented with their cavalier, and then after dinner starts the ball. And every year the person who starts the ball is different. The last ball was 2019.
Right.
2019 we started with the French Debs and the presenter, followed by an Italian royal, and the last one was Shania Kapoor and her father.
Yes, in fact, I believe I have a reel which I'd like to show our viewers. Here it is. So I'm going to try and show this.
Oh, yeah.
So that's Stella Belmondo, right?
Yeah. That's the first one. That's the second one.
Yes, the Italian royal princess.
Yes, and her father. And that's... And this is Shania and her father.
Absolute fairy tale moment. Tell us, Ophelie, you've been doing this obviously for many years. You've been doing it for 25, 26 years. How have you seen what have you witnessed in terms of like the changes in haute couture, in jewelry, in trends and fashions from when you first started till modern times?
Every jeweler is different. What we experience with you is that you are doing something special for each Deb, which was never done before, and that's very nice. So I would say that with you, the jewelry became more sophisticated because it's bespoke jewelry, but the dresses tend to be more simple than when we started. I think the reason is that there's no many balls anymore. So a lot of girls, it's Valérie Arnois in my office who does the dress. And the girls very often, they want princess. The first question she asks is like, you want a modern dress or you want a princess dress? And most of the time they want a princess dress. But we don't have that.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, it's a once in a lifetime experience. So
one of the most interesting parts of creating jewelry when we did the 2019 edition was creating a tiara for the French royal princess. Now I have a picture of her somewhere here, which I'm going to try and yes. So there you go.
Oh yeah.
Can you see it okay?
Yeah. We don't see the tiara very well.
Let's see. Is that better?
Yeah. She had a nice tiara. Very nice tiara.
Well, I'll try to see if I can pull up a picture of the tiara in a bit. But this is obviously the French royal princess, Louise the Only. Have you ever been to India, Ophelie? Have you been to this country ever?
I have childhood memories of India, which is very nice, but I haven't been since I was a child. But I went as a child, I remember very well. And I went with my parents. But I would like to go back, and I think I will soon, because I have a lot of friends who go.
Well, anytime...
I can come and see you also now.
I was just going to say, anytime you come, you're most welcome to come over and stay with us. We'll gladly be your host for both you and Philippe. And
thank you.
We do not know if we'll be able to pay back the Labal hospitality, but we'll do our best.
I'm sure you do very well.
This afternoon, or rather I should say this morning, we sent across to our viewers a few questions, like a request for any questions that they would want to ask you. And we've got a few questions. So I've just compiled them all, and we can move it to like quick answers. So we've got about 5 or 6 questions which we request you to answer for our viewers in like one sentence or less. So should we get started?
Yeah.
All right. So, a viewer has asked, a continent from which you've not had any debutantes so far, but you'd want to.
Well, I would like. I only had one African debutante,
Okay.
and it was in 2006, and I don't know Africa, so that's something I'm exploring right now.
All right.
But it's not easy. I had a wonderful one, and she had a fabulous gown by Jean-Paul Gaultier. I would like to have more.
So I know there are viewers from South Africa. So if you guys are listening, you know what to do. All right. Luxury to you means
rarity, means beauty. I like something which is rare.
I would have to agree with that.
Yeah.
I would have to agree with that.
I don't like to have something that everyone has. I think that's a real.
Somebody told me something very interesting, very early on in my career. They said that luxury and rarity are two sides of the same coin, and I completely believe in it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What 3 items you cannot do without?
Well, I always have earrings. I always have my ring and my phone.
Great.
Definitely without the phone.
Advice for future Debs?
Well, I always tell them, not to stress too much. Of course, we have to do the best job possible, but once everything is prepared, they have to enjoy the occasion. It's not a beauty contest. It's not an exam. It should be a happy experience.
If somebody were to play you in a movie, who would it be?
I like Jodie Foster.
Oh, excellent choice. I remember her from my teenage years, but she's an actress par excellence. So great choice. Describe brand Harakh in one word.
Precious.
Oh, that actually is an emotional moment. Thank you. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. Thank you.
You're welcome, Harakh.
And then finally this one, your biggest moment of joy in this extraordinary year that we've been living in.
Well, it has been a very peaceful year, which was nice because we're lucky we are in Greece. So I didn't know that I could be so far away from Paris and enjoy having a very simple life with seeing very few people, and that's a joy to realize that. I mean, I'm ready for more action, but I think it was a happy experience. It was a joyful experience. Also, to be in a place where the sun shines all the time. That's a very nice thing.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the sun shining, and the sun shining very brightly in India right now. It's inspired some of my sunlight collections as well, as you can see. But I do understand because I do travel a lot. I mean, I should say I used to travel a lot because I've not stepped on a plane since January of last year. But I do understand, because we've been used to a lot of sunshine in India, pretty much 365 days of the year. And
nice.
when I travel in the winter months, after a week or two, it does sort of get to you. It does sort of get to you when it becomes dark at 3 o'clock. So hence the sunshine collection. In fact, I have a funny story about sunshine, and it was one of the reasons that inspired the sunshine collection because, growing up in India, you kind of almost take the sun for granted to the point where you get tired of it, because it's so very strong. And when I was 17, I went to New York for college to complete my higher education. And I went to a place called the University of Rochester, upstate New York. And in the entire semester, which is basically 13 or 14 weeks, I saw about 8.5 minutes of sunshine. And I think that's when I realized the importance of sun and, the beautiful sunlight. And that's inspired the sunlight collection that some of which you see behind.
Oh, okay. I'd love to see it better because I don't see very well. But it's true. And in Greece, when you wake up to the sunshine and to the blue sky and blue sea, it makes a big difference.
Well, wonderful. Well, Ophelie, thank you so much for being such a sport.
You're welcome.
Thank you for agreeing to come on Instagram Live. I know that it was quite stressful for you earlier today with all the technical run through, but we did it in the end. So, and to our viewers, I must tell you, Madame Ophelie Renouard is very, very, very private about her life. She rarely gives interviews. She lets Le Bal do the talking. So I cannot tell you how happy I am and, how pleased I am that, for our viewers, you actually came and, you shared some of the happier moments of Le Bal, some of the behind the scenes story and, a little bit about yourself as well. I know that I cannot wait for the next Le Bal event to happen. And, I'm sure like most of our viewers also feel the same.
Well, I hope it will happen this year.
Yes.
Thank you.
Fingers crossed.
Thank you for everything, Harakh.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And speak soon.
Speak soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.